Hey everybody, now you might not think that the election to pick the person who would be the first or next mayor of Omaha, Nebraska would have no national implications. But with the way President Trump has so alarmed the nation and even upset many Republicans, what's going on is what I said would happen early on, that Trump is going to mess around and lose the 2026 election midterms for the Republicans in grand fashion. Well, folks, arguably that's already happened. Witness the Omaha, Nebraska mayor's race, where John Ewing, that's right, this person right here, John Ewing, it will be Omaha's first black mayor in its history. He defeated not one, not two, but three-term Republican mayor Gene Stothert, 55% to 45%. And at first, it's reported by a number of sources that the common concerns were, infrastructure related, potholes. They actually tried to recall her back in 2019, but the recall effort failed. The concern was that not enough attention was being paid to infrastructure reconstruction, streets, roads, repairs, that sort of thing, right? But then, toward the tail end of the affair, guess what happened? What happened was that both candidates started pointing to how their national parties were not doing their jobs. And that is when the divide came in. There are a number of people in Omaha, Nebraska, on both sides of the aisle, who are very upset with the president. And so, reportedly, according to these news entries, that became a central focus of the campaign. So, one could argue that, now, what I don't know is if the party member can cross lines. There's some elections where party members can cross lines and vote for the other person. I don't know if this was one of them. But then you would say, wait a minute, Omaha, isn't that entirely Republican by politics state? Well, if you take a look at the mayors they've elected over its entire history, they've been either Democrat or Republican. It's hard to find one area where a Republican was elected regardless of the person. Now, the mayor, Gene Stothert, that was defeated, was elected 3 times. So she was popular as an individual. She was also Omaha's first female mayor. So yeah, the first black mayor of Omaha beat the woman who was Omaha's first female mayor. And she called him to congratulate him on the victory. And as she lost her bid for a 4th term last night, Tuesday night. Now, Nebraska now has a more interesting report because it's short. They didn't spend much time on this, all things considered. This is roughly one small paragraph. Nebraska, Omaha mayor Gene Stothert lost her bid for a 4th term Tuesday. Stothert conceded to Douglas County Treasurer John Ewing, KMTV reported. As of 9:45 p.m., Ewing, a Democrat, led the incumbent Republican 55% to 45%. That's a blowout in politics terms in the officially nonpartisan race. Ewing will become the first black elected mayor of Omaha. Stothert has been in the mayor's office since 2013. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing. It's kind of like, okay, nothing to see here, folks. And the WONT has Omaha Mayor Stothert's concession speech. So we'll play that as a little bonus coverage here and hear what she had to say. It's, I'm trying to skip there. It is right here, folks.
Thank Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And you know, by the looks of all your faces, I'm doing better than you all are tonight. I'm telling you that right now. Thank you, Governor Heineman. You still are my good luck charm. And thank you, Governor Pillen, for your leadership and your friendship. And thank you to everybody here tonight and the voters who has always believed in us. Tonight, I am very proud.
Well, think about that, folks. She had the highest of the high in the Republican Party in Nebraska behind her, and she still lost. Let's continue. Think about that.
Proud, and I'm grateful, and I'm hopeful. I'm proud of 12 years of progress, determination, and success. I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for your support and your friendship and your trust. And I am hopeful that the momentum that we have created will continue. I will always be proud that we have remained true to our goals from the very beginning, from 2013, with great success. To improve public safety, to manage the city budget, and spend your tax dollars wisely, to increase employment and economic development, and to improve the taxpayer experience. So tonight, there are many people here to thank. I wish I could thank each and every one of you. But first and most importantly, my family who's here tonight. My husband, Kevin, who I've been married to for 3 years and haven't been around much because I've been busy. My son, Andrew, is here from Cincinnati. My son-in-law, Tom, and my grandson, Raymond, who walked door to door with me. And to my daughter, Liz, who's not here tonight. And Elena, my son's wife, is in Cincinnati, and my 4 grandsons. I have to thank all of you tonight. Really, thank you. So, congratulations, Don and Amy and Brinker. Don and Brinker, you had a really tough race. How do people not have an opponent? I just don't get it. I guess you got to say you're doing such a good job. But you know what? Well done, all 3 of you, and good luck to all 3 of you. I really mean that. And thank you also to my hard-working campaign team who are standing over there right now. Chris, my campaign manager. Beth, who's been with me for 16 years, I think Beth has been. Jen Ray, Cole, Jeff, Jessica and her team, Matthew, thank you all for being there with me. I just have to do a special shout out to Charles W. Herbster. You drove a long way today to be here tonight. Thank you so much. And to all of our enthusiastic volunteers and interns, these guys and gals were just amazing. They were still with me tonight at 6 o'clock waving signs on corners of busy intersections. So if you're all here tonight, you guys, thank you so much. And thank you for your belief in our campaign. So please help me thank all of these people that worked so hard on my campaign. Let me tell you, I called John Ewing and I congratulated him. John Ewing is inheriting tonight a great city, and we leave a strong foundation for the city that we all love. We are proud, we are grateful, and we are hopeful. I've loved every minute that I have been at City Hall, 4 years on the council, 12 years as mayor. I have no regrets whatsoever, and I sincerely thank each one of you that are here tonight for your partnership and your friendship. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
And that's it. That's her concession. Now I'm trying to find his. This one popped up first, interestingly. So let's see if they have his next. They should. Or somebody should, right? Let's see here. Full video of her concession speech they have, but what about his acceptance speech? This is called a historic upset, folks. A historic upset in...
Is he blind?
Yes. Historic upset in the history, here it is, of the city of Omaha, Nebraska.
Linear binaural devices
Hold on a
uses
second,
dual
folks.
mode
Trying
stimulation to soothe tinnitus.
let me
Linear-
get that, and then pull it up here and skip that ad so I can get. Yeah, here we go. And waiting for another ad by Google to get out of the way, and here we go. All right, right here. So, okay, skip ad. There. It should start. Well, let's see here. Let's try that. Sorry, folks. This is not skip ad.
Watch party. She said she had no regrets, and you heard her mention Governor Pillen was there. Well, he did put the blame on Republicans. He said, you just didn't get the vote out.
The mayor should have been reelected slam dunk, hands down, but 75% of us stay home. Elections matter, leadership matters, conservative leadership matters. I hope that all of us can take a bite into that apple and make sure we don't forget and make sure that we play a role.
Turnout is something we've been talking about since the primaries. The election commissioner thought a good number would be 3 of every 10 registered voters if they voted today. We'll get the clearer idea of that in the coming days. Let's take a look.
Well, who did she beat?
She beat he beat John Ewing, beat Gene Stothert. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to line up this ad.
Now, Mayor Stothert's team, we've been hearing whispers that they were worried about turnout, and it doesn't seem like turnout was good at all. Our Jacqueline Fernandez is live at Gene Stothert's watch party. I have to think the mood is not good there, Jacqueline.
Yes, Brian, that's right. Everybody has since cleared out. We're standing actually outside of where former Mayor Gene Stothert did have her watch party tonight. Earlier, though, a big crowd. Everyone was very excited, very hopeful that they would be witnessing a history.
They're all shocked, folks, because I'm trying to find his statement. And
I was telling you before we got the live interview about District 2, this is the one where the incumbent didn't make it out of the primary. LaVanya Goodwin is beating Ben Gray. Ben Gray trying to get back to the city council. It's not working out. First Alert 6's Philip Kaptoffa
is feeling pretty relaxed, and as votes started to roll in, that excitement just built more.
Let's see here. Yeah, they showed his photograph, the new mayor.
First Alert 6 is back with breaking news just within the hour. Omaha has a new mayor, and it's making history.
Yes.
John Ewing Jr. will become the first elected black mayor of Omaha. A finer point on that, Fred Conley in 1988 was the first black city councilman. He became interim mayor, but he wasn't elected there. Another mayor took over for him. Now, earlier tonight, Arbella Carakta spoke with the last Democrat to be Omaha mayor, Jim Suttle, and asked for some words of advice for John Ewing.
Keep smiling and keep articulating your message about the people and what you're going to do, because you've listened to them and incorporated their thoughts and ideas.
Again, John Ewing will be sworn into office June 9th. Interesting factoid. So Gene Stothert has been the mayor for 12 years. The Democrats, Mike Fahey, Jim Suttle, held that position for the 12 years prior.
Okay.
Just within the last 20 minutes, for the first time in 12 years, Omaha will have a new mayor, a Democrat. Gene Stothert conceding in the race. Thanks for joining us on this election night. I'm Brian Mastery. Stothert made history by becoming Omaha's first female mayor. John Ewing Jr. will become the city's first elected black mayor. Our First Alert 6 team is out in the field on this election night with reaction from several watch parties. Just within the last 15 minutes, we received new numbers from the election commissioner on all of the races. It's one of the few election nights where most of the races are over by news time. Hard to believe, right? The race began as a field of 5 in the mayor's race before narrowing down to 2. Democrats outnumber Republicans and registered voters in Omaha, and it showed tonight. Early votes put Ewing ahead by 3,500 votes, and it never got closer. Here, 56% to 44%, John Ewing, mayor-elect. First Alert 6's Bella Crockett has been at Ewing's watch party for hours now. Bella, I've been watching your live feed into the newsroom all night. It has been an electric atmosphere.
Brian, it has from the start that those first results came in. It has been smiles, clapping, cheering, nonstop. People have been on their feet. The music is matching the energy, which is happy and energetic. Now, incumbent Mayor Gene Stothert conceded at about the 9:30 mark, and John Ewing did not wait until those 9:45 results came out to speak to the crowd. Some of the top things that he mentioned to his supporters here were housing, economic opportunity, and development in all areas of Omaha. Let's take a listen to the message that he has here now, becoming the next elected mayor of Omaha.
I am deeply honored and humbled to stand before you today as your mayor-elect. I received a phone call from Mayor Stothert about 15 minutes ago congratulating me, and I just wanted to come out and share that with you all.
And now I also caught up with former Omaha Mayor Jim Suttle.
And we heard from them. So we got hers, but it's really a festive moment, and I was trying to avoid that copyright claim with the Earth, Wind, and Fire music. Ouch. But it's a great turning point in the country for that to happen. I mean, if I said to you, Omaha is going to elect its first black mayor, you probably would have said something funny or joke or something like disbelief. Well, you wouldn't have been the only one, because just in this brief look at the coverage of this outcome, there are a number of shocked Ohamians. How do you say it? Ohamians? Ohamians, or people who live in Omaha, who didn't see it coming. But also it's because Republicans stayed at home. Think about it. Republicans stayed at home. They were not enthusiastic about electing the incumbent mayor for a fourth term. And by staying at home, they sent the message that, hey, you know what? It's time for new blood. It's time to turn the page, and it's time to make history. That's a giant statement. And again, not a little bit of the national election was poured into this race. At first, it didn't start off like that from what I'm reading. And then around the last month, oh boy. And everything from transgender rights came in the picture to economic opportunity and the whole 9 yards. It was almost a replay, in a sense, of the mayor of the presidential election, but in a mayoral race. Democrats won. Again, Democrats won in Wisconsin, shockingly. Democrats have nailed a number of shocking races already, and this is just 2025. So watch out, folks. This is going to be interesting. It's going to get more interesting before it gets even more interesting going into 2026. Subscribe to Zenny62, the vlog report with Zenny62, and bookmark ZennyReport.com. And please share this around, because if I watch CNN, and I don't hear anything about this. If I watch the local news here in Georgia, I don't know that. And chances are, a lot of people around the country don't know this, but should. This is a first. It's a big deal still in this age. All right, take care. Come back.